Good morning, everybody. Today is Saturday. It is 5:22, half a mile in. What I want to talk about today is being careful what you feed your brain, right? Feed your mind, because I heard it in a podcast. I don't know if some of y'all watch this Modern Wisdom podcast, but it kind of ties to what I was talking about yesterday. Who you surround yourself in your environment, because they could also, like, the people that are around you can affect what the way you think, the way you respond to certain situations and stuff like that. So I want to talk a little bit about that, about, well, my personal experience about realizing what I'm feeding my mind and what I'm paying attention to. Was that I was doom scrolling real bad, right? Like, for those who know and for those that don't know, I am currently reducing my screen time on my phone, and as much as I possibly can on everything. I mean, obviously, I'm looking at a screen right now, but it's not the same as doom scrolling, because I feel like my dopamine levels were fried, right? And I wasn't being careful uh, to what I was consuming or what I was feeding my mind. So, and I realized this because uh, most of the TikToks or Reels, whatever you want to call it, or whatever you watch, that I was watching were like, they were brain rot. It was nothing but fucking brain rot. And yes, it's funny and it's not bad to, sit for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes and doom scroll. Uh, it could be somebody's pastime, right? Like, uh, to do that. But it is bad when you get past the hour, maybe 2 hours. That's bad, right? It's a waste of time. It's a waste of your energy, waste of what you're feeding your fucking mind. And like I said, I realized this because I knew a lot of brain rot quotes and a lot of brain rot shit. I still know, right? That if I wasn't doom scrolling, I wouldn't fucking know. But if I wasn't careful with that, then it would just be brain rot video after brain rot video after brain rot video, and I wasn't like really, I guess, being careful what I was just simple stuff. Being careful what I was consuming. So you gotta be careful what you consume. Yes, you can't control exactly. See, I'm really passionate about this topic because I love the way minds think and the way other people think. But you can't control every single thought that pops up in your head, right? You don't know what's going to be the next thought that pops up in your head, or the next question, or the next idea, right? You don't know exactly what's going to pop into your head. But if you're well prepared enough, you decide what to pick and choose to pay attention, what your mind throws at you, whether that be a question, whether that be an idea, right? You get to pick and choose, and you're more careful as to what idea or uh, what question pops up into your head, and which one you feed into, right? So, for example, let's say right now I get the bright idea of um, quitting this, right? Like, just stopping this, getting in my truck and leaving. I could feed into that, but since I've been consuming nothing but like stuff about bettering myself and how to not pay attention to that, then I won't really give into that. So that's why it's important to do stuff like that, like watch what you consume and watch um, what you feed into from your own mind, because your mind feeds itself, right? It's going to give its own ideas. You're not controlling everything, every single thought that comes up in your head. If you could, shit, I guess you're amazing, but I know you're lying, because you can't. Nobody really can. This is proven, right? There's research research after research for this, right? uh, the human mind has been one of the most studied The human mind and human body has been one of the most studied topics in all humanity. Everybody tries to know why certain things pop up into your head, why you think a certain way, which is why I like this topic, because it's an endless yap. Especially if you talk with somebody that really likes this as well, it's like an endless yap, right? So just be mindful of what you feed your mind, because like I said, brain rot isn't completely bad. It's good to laugh. I am a firm believer of that. It's good to laugh. Laugh can be therapy, right? Laughing can be therapy, and it can like distract you uh, from your hard work, from a bad day, or just a tiring, stressful day, right? So laughing can be good, but in moderation. It's just like food. If you eat too much fast food, you're gonna get fucking fat, right? You're gonna get fat, you're gonna get slow, you're gonna be sluggish, you're not gonna have the energy to go out through your day. So be mindful of what you feed your mind. Be very mindful. I personally, the podcasts that I listen to are Modern Wisdom. Um, they usually have every single episode, almost every single episode, is with a guest, and so it's not just the host, Chris Williamson, just talking to himself and rambling on like me. So he throws out questions, gets answers back, maybe a question back, and it's just like back and forth. It's like a tennis match, right? Just back and forth, back and forth, and it's so I can link the video here, but I watched it on Spotify, so yeah, I'm pretty sure I can link the video. But yeah, so that episode, which I didn't even finish. I was only 30 minutes away from finish, or 20 minutes away from finishing it. It's an hour long episode, and that's all they talked about, right? That's mostly all they talked about. And the question that Chris threw to this host was, okay, you talk about bettering yourself and being mindful of what you consume the way I am right now. So how can someone be mindful of what they consume and what they think if you're not in complete control of what you think, right? And that's something that I've asked myself plenty of times, because I'm like, wait, so all these fucking fitness influencers, all these self-improvement gurus and all that stuff, they all say the same shit, right? Like, oh, get up and do what you need to do and stuff like that. Control what you think about. You can't control what you think about, not all the time. Sometimes you're gonna have a random ass thought that pops up into your head, or something you don't even want to think about pop back into your head. So you can't do that. You can't really control what you do with your mind, right? And then the host goes on to explain that you can't control that. You just can't. You're gonna have random thoughts. You're gonna have random shit pop into your head, but you can't control what you fit into, what you feed into, and what you feed your mind. So just like your body, for me, for fitness and lifting, your mind is just as important, right? Because if you have a weak mind, like today, I really didn't want to be here again. You're just gonna give into that thought of, you know what? Let me take my shoes off. Let me turn off my truck and get back into bed. But since I've been feeding my stuff, my stuff, I've been feeding my brain and my mind nothing but, I guess you could say, self-improvement stuff and motivational stuff. I learned to shut those thoughts off and say, okay, I already made this promise to myself. I'm gonna get out there and get it done. It's only gonna take an hour. It's just an hour of my day, right? It's just an hour. And there are people that don't have that hour. And there are people that don't have the legs to fucking walk. So why am I bitching about it when, you know, I have the blessing to be mobile, right? I always say this, and I'm gonna stand by it. It's a blessing to be busy. It's a real blessing to be busy. And it's a blessing to be tired. It's a blessing to feel rested. Man, if you start changing the way you look at stuff and changing what you feed into your mind, you could be unstoppable. Not gonna say there aren't gonna be people that try to stop you, because there are. and there are gonna be people that talk shit. There's gonna be people that talk down on you. But if you feed your mind correctly and pay attention to the right thoughts, none of that shit's gonna get to you, and you're just gonna keep going. But anyways, let me get these 2 miles out the way because I gotta be back home like at 6:20 latest, because I gotta drive all the way to fucking Jersey Village. See you guys at the truck. All right, what's up, guys? I am back. I didn't record after the park because I was rushing. Came home, showered. I'm on my way to a project right now. And anyways, where we were at. Okay, yes, what you feed into your mind, right? Being careful what you consume, what you watch, and what you think. I mean, really, if you think about it, it really comes back to everything, right? Like, you can't control when you're hungry, but you need to eat, right? And in order to function properly, you gotta eat the right stuff. You can't just be eating fucking canes. I love canes, but you can't be eating canes every fucking day, right? Like, obviously you can't. You get fat as fuck, slow as fuck, heart disease, heart failure, shit like that, right? Anyways, it's the same shit with your mind. You got to be careful what you feed your mind. You got to, if you want to be alert, if you want to be up and at 'em every day, every morning, uh, just got to watch what you consume, right? Like, you got to make sure you're in the right mindset. If you want to be successful in life, really, it comes back to the same shit. You got to have you got to feed the right shit to your head. Like, be be careful what you think, what you feed into when you think, because like I said, you can't control every thought that comes into your head, every idea, every question. You can't control it. So be careful which ones you pay attention to, and I guess expand on, feed to, uh, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it ties back to, I feel like this topic here ties back to everything, right? Like, having mental fortitude and all that, because you got to be careful even who you surround yourself with, because I mean, if you're around somebody that doesn't take accountability, eventually you're going to start blaming others like they do, right? If you're around somebody that makes excuses to, let's say, not work out, not go to school or something like that, you're eventually going to do stuff like that too, right? Like, birds of a feather flock together. um, I mean, there's a saying in this generation, right? Like, it's gonna sound fucked up, but this saying, or this question, I guess, goes to both genders, not just female or male, right? So if you hang around a bunch of hoes, you gonna tell me you not a hoe, right? Like, you hang around a bunch of thugs, you're not a thug. Like, it's the same shit, bro. So I mean, like, for me, for example, right? I have a business with my family, right? With my dad, my mom, my sister. We're all in business together, and we didn't really start to grow until we started to cut ties with people that didn't have the same mindset as us, right? And I'm so glad and so blessed to have the parents that I do, because they've always wanted better, right? They've done their hardest to do what they needed to do to have myself fed, my sister, my little sisters, my little brother, right? All of us we never once missed a meal. Uh, we were spoiled in the fact that we wanted to play soccer, we played soccer. We wanted to do boxing, we did boxing, right? So thank God, I am blessed with the parents that I do have right now, because now they realize that they need to cut ties also with the people. Well, not completely, right? They don't cut ties completely with them, but they don't hang around as much with people that don't benefit their goals. And it sounds fucked up, right? It sounds fucked up, but it's not that they don't benefit. It's just that they don't have the same mindset. They're not thinking about building a business or building, uh, wealth for the generations to come. So they're like, we don't really need to hang around them, right? And that rubbed off on me. I, I didn't completely cut off some friends. I still talk to them once in a while, right? Like, I see them once in a while. If I see them, I'll say what's up. No, it's no hard feelings, no nothing like that. But I started surrounding myself with business owners, um, people that have the same mindset as myself, and it rubbed off on me. Energy, that their energy, their enthusiasm, their drive rubbed off on me, and now I have that same drive. I have that same mentality where I like, shit, it's a new day. What we got to get at it, right? Like we got to get at it. If I don't work, business doesn't work, and stuff like that, right? Which eventually can be a dangerous mindset because big businesses delegate. Big businesses delegate. But anyways, back to the topic. Back to the fucking topic. It comes back to the same shit. Watching what you feed your mind and who you hang out with. That is really, really, really crucial, right? Like, show me your 5 closest friends. I'll tell you I can predict your future, something like that. I forgot the quote, but it is true. It is fucking true because those around you really do impact it, whether you like it or not, whether you see it or not. So be careful who you hang around with. Be mindful of it and try to build connections with people that support you, that appreciate what you got going on, that respect what you got going on first and foremost. Because, okay, dude, what the fuck? All right, if y'all driving, bro, it's better to be late than fucking drive like a dickhead and then never make it. All right, people are fucking stupid. That's why I make sure if you have an appointment, like for me, I have an appointment at 7:30. Make sure you leave early. Apparently, I'm gonna be there at 7:11, 7:11. But yeah. Anyways, back to the topic. Be mindful of that. I hope everybody has a good weekend. I don't know if I said make sure to like and subscribe at the beginning, but make sure to like and subscribe. I'm not gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna work out today or not, or just till tomorrow, or just tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I might just take today off and work out tomorrow, or just do a lower or arm day. I don't know. We'll see. Because I do want to work out my arms. I like having a day just to isolate my arms. Because I want to get bigger arms, right? But anyways, see you guys later. I am gonna stream. So be on the lookout for that. I am going to stream on here on YouTube and on Twitch and hopefully on TikTok. I don't know. It doesn't let me on TikTok, but now I can do it on both Twitch and YouTube. I was able to fix it. For those that don't know, I was struggling trying to do the free method to multi-stream. I ended up having to just fucking pay. Fuck it. I don't want to struggle with that anymore. So I'll see you guys later. I will be streaming The Last of Us. So hop on by, say hi. That would be like around 7 p.m., 7:30 p.m. around there. So be on the lookout for that. See you guys later, and thank you for watching.